Eh. Oh man. Oh wait, what's happening, my good people? Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome to Becoming. Becoming is not just a podcast, becoming is a place where we're talking about real conversations, unlearning, growing, and figuring out life one day at a time. As you guys know, I go by the name of Junior Aarons, and today's episode is one that I have. In fact, today's topic is one topic that I never wanted to touch on this topic. Um, I was always afraid of what I will say, or am I gonna say something that's gonna hurt someone? You know, it's always that fear of saying, "Yo, man, am I gonna say something that's gonna hurt someone who is close in my life, or someone who thought maybe they're playing a certain role in my life?" Trust me, I appreciate you, regardless. But being honest is that I didn't want to be in a situation where Bangjala would say, "Yay, you spoke about this over the internet. Get out of my house." You get it? Yeah. So today's topic is called "Who Taught Me to Be a Man." Trust me, this is deeper than growing facial hair, man. It's deeper than actually learning how to fix things. But regardless, let's get into it. My question is to you right now: Who taught you to be a man? Oh man, this is crazy. This is crazy for real. I won't lie. I remember when I was a little bit younger, I heard things like "boys don't cry," "be strong," "handle it like a man," but no one really explained what any of that meant. Um, I kept on having questions like, was I supposed to fight back? Was I supposed to suppress my feelings? Was I supposed to protect everyone? Be the provider, be the loudest in the room? You know, I grew up with different kind of versions of manhood in my life, from the strict father, the absent father, the hustling uncle, the quiet brother, and one that surprising one, the pastor that always seemed to have everything figured out in their life. Ah, you don't hear me. Nah, you guys are not hearing me on this one. Like those are the different kind of versions of manhood that I had in my life, and I grew up seeing most of the time. You know, the strict father, the absent father, the hustling uncle, the quiet brother, the pastor that seemed to have everything figured out in his life. But I kept asking myself, which one of these men is the right man to become? You know? Because most importantly, who actually taught me to be a man and who actually taught me what it means to be a man, you know? Um, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I'm not saying that our fathers never played their role correctly. Our fathers played the role of being the protector, played the role of being the provider. But in this world, I started noticing that, hey man, you can't have this mindset of being the protector. You can have this mindset of being the provider. But this world needs more than that. This world needs a balance. This world needs understanding. And most of us don't have that understanding. More especially, I had a big challenge like most of the time when I looked at different kinds of men and I looked at families that are that are put together. I'm asking, yo, what are they doing right that my family or the people around me are not doing right? You know, because I feel like there was a lacking, man. We learn a lot of we learn a lot of stuff from the streets, from media. It's really crazy, and especially growing up in townships and communities where we never had that constant male role model that is always going to be there. You know, we were taught by the experiences that we have in the streets, by the struggle, taught by media, even by silence. You know, I've learned how to be a man from the guys on the streets, or even if it was from the music videos that I watched. I learned how to be a man from those kind of people. And if you're learning to be a man in those surroundings, you start learning stuff like you start thinking that, oh man, being a man means that I need to have money. When I have money, I go back to the hood. I sleep with all of these girls. Because I have money, I can do it. You know? Because trust me, I know you're watching this. You know someone who's doing it. You know? Like those are the kind of men that we know, the men that left their hometown and went to go hustle, whether it's in Joburg, whether it's somewhere else, and then when they come back, are they finishing our sisters? You know? I'm sorry for that. But that's just the fact. That's the kind of man that we always wanted to be, like the man in the music videos, the one who has all the girls shaking around, wearing bikinis, driving expensive cars. That's what manhood is like. And that's how manhood is being perceived out there. You know, I'm gonna tell you something that I experienced a month ago. Was it a month ago? I think it was a month ago. So I got a client, shout out the pastor man. I got a client to go shoot a sermon in Soweto. It's typical guy, bro. I thought, nah, man, it's just a normal guy. I got there, he brought his kids over. Um, he introduced me to his kids, to his sons. You see the relationship that he's building with his kids, you know? You see what kind of a man he is. He's so humble, down to earth, and he has different signs of showing, yo, I'm this, I'm a man. But like that, he showed me different ways of saying, I play different kind of roles in my kid's life. I play different kind of roles as a man in this society. I won't lie, I was jealous. I wanted to pack my stuff and leave, but then I couldn't do that because he already paid in advance, you know? Yeah, man, that made me realize a lot of stuff. Like, no one really sat down with me and said, this is how to love, this is how to be, this is how to handle pain, how to say sorry, how to be vulnerable and be strong at the same time. And that's the problem. We're inheriting these broken blueprints and we're trying to build lives with them. We fake strength, we perform masculinity, and sometimes we become the very same men we never wanted to become, which is quite painful, you know? It's really quite painful. Um so I've been spending this 3 years of my life, I think it's four years of my life being independent, unlearning and redefining, you know. Now that I'm older, I'm asking different questions. What if being a man isn't about dominance, but about discipline? What if being a man is about accountability and not control? What if masculinity isn't about how hard you are, but how healed you are? Think about this. When I was writing this, my heart was aching. I actually started on learning certain things, learning how to communicate. I really suck at communicating, I won't lie. How to show love, how to ask for help, how to be led by God and not my ego. And I'm going to start with the communicating part because, whoa, there was this incident. Um, so there was this talking stage I was in. I really think maybe it was going to be something, you know. I really thought it was gonna be fine. um, but I messed up at some point, you know. Um, I kept on telling her, "Yo, communicate with me. Like, let me know, let me in. Let me in, let me in, let me know. Like, tell me what's bothering you. Like, tell me what's up in your day. If you can't do something, talk to me." And an incident happened where I was supposed to step up and actually communicate. Well, I was a hypocrite. I didn't communicate until it was too late. And yeah, man, after that incident, things kind of got sour. Yeah. Hey man, she was a lovely girl, bro. Yeah, she was a lovely girl. But I don't think anything else is gonna happen ever since then, you know. But it was just like the communication part. I suck at communication, but I'm still trying to learn how to communicate much better, and also learning how to say no and to some other things. So I'm learning these things of how to show love, how to ask for help, and how to be led by God. And trust me, I'm not trying to make this like religious or anything like that, but I really have to tell you, like, if you're a man, you really need to learn how to be led by God and not your ego. You know, I'm really sorry for the energy, but this topic has been touching me for quite a long time. But what I'm gonna be doing also next time is that I'm gonna be bringing like different kind of men with different kind of views in life. Then we're gonna be talking about this topic going on. I'm not perfect. Trust me, I'm not perfect. I'm still figuring this thing out. Just like you, that's the reason why I started this podcast. Um, I don't want to become the man the world tells me to be. I want to become the man God created me to be, and I'm still learning that. And how does a man created by God like? The English kind of ran away there. But a man that doesn't fake masculinity, the man that doesn't think being a man is about being dominant, a man who takes accountability and who doesn't control, a man who's healed, you know? Yeah, that was my phone. Yeah. So that's me, guys. If you're listening to this and you're on a journey of becoming, whether you're a guy who's trying to figure it out, or someone who has been hurt by toxic masculinity, I see you. I hear you. I'm with you. So let's keep having these conversations. Let's keep redefining masculinity. Let's keep redefining manhood. Let's keep becoming. So please drop a comment and share this to someone who needs to hear it, and let me know who taught you to be a man. Till next time, people, stay grounded, stay growing, stay real, and peace.